take your trading psychology seriously. You need to take your trading psychology and psychology in general seriously. What do I mean by that? Trading psychology? What the fuck is that? Most of you know what normal psychology is, I'd hope, unless you're a clanker. But for those who don't know what trading psychology is, it's everything from your emotions, so your reactions, your emotions, your reactions, your decision making, your brain processing, I already said reactions, all of that, right? All the normal things you have in life, but when you're on the charts, whether it be back testing, whether it be going over the charts, whether it be live trading, eval trading, funded trading, right? The biggest thing, and I will never stop preaching it, that if you want to be successful in this space, is your trading psychology. But OB, what do I do? I don't know where to start. Don't worry, okay? This is what this video is for. So even if you don't realize it, if you haven't done any work on your trading psychology or your psychology in general, 99% of you, chances are, it's hindering your ability to grow and become a better trader, or even one in general, right? Even to start trading. And the number one place I would start with trading psychology is off the charts. And for a lot of you, that's not going to make sense. You're going to be like, but I'm learning trading psychology. Why wouldn't I learn about trading psychology on the charts, right? That's where I'm going to be. It's when I'm going to need it. And to answer that question, no, right? You need a good psychology, not just in trading, but in your real life too. Unless you're a psychopath or some shit. I don't know. Where you need to start first with your trading psychology is in the real world, right? Ways to start working on it. Sit down with yourself. No distractions, no screens, no outside noise. Sit down with yourself and see what happens. Can you sit there? How long can you sit there? Can you sit there for 5 minutes? Can you sit there for 15 minutes? Can you sit there for 30 minutes? Right? And yeah, you'll have the urge to stop, but when do you stop? Figure out, when do you stop? When is it too much to handle being alone with yourself? And if it's anything below 5 minutes, I'm sorry, but you have a lot of work to do. And I was like that too. Man, I couldn't sit with myself for more than 10 minutes, right? And I realized that. And thankfully, I had resources to look on and realize that that's a big problem. If you can't sit down with yourself for minimum 15 minutes, how the fuck are you going to sit on the chart for an hour and a half, waiting for a setup, right? If you can't sit down with yourself, right, this is where these mistakes start to flood in because of your psychology, right? You start to gamble. You start to take shit setups. You start to take just guesses, gambling, fucking trailing, moving your TP, fuck stops, awful risk to reward ratio, right? All of trading, everything in it, all relates back to psychology. You need bulletproof psychology, and you're not going to get it in one day either. I'm going to tell you this now. It takes weeks to months. Maybe for people, it takes years to master themselves, right? Once you can master yourself, then you can master the chart. Sure, you can make good progress if you haven't fully mastered yourself, but if you've worked on your psychology, you're going to make so much more progress than if you just went in balls deep, no psych, fuck psych. It's all strategy. Well, strategy is very important, right? It's easier than psych. Psych is the hardest part about this shit. And psych is some of the hardest, is in general, just in life. It's hard to deal with, right? Where am I going with this? You can't sit with yourself. That's where you need to start. You need to start every day. Sit with yourself. And every day, increase the time you sit with yourself, right? Say you can only do 7 minutes. Next week, not next week, next day, try 2 minutes extra. Try 1 minute extra. Try 5 minutes more, right? If you can't do it, okay, go back down. Trial and error is the name of this game. Learn from your failures, right? To eventually, you can sit with yourself for hopefully like half hour. If you can sit with yourself for half hour, no distractions, just you can sit on the charts and you can take a good trade. You can take a good trade. I had to learn that the hard way. I was gambling. I was doing fuck all on the charts because I thought psychology was stupid. I thought, fuck no, I don't need that shit. I just need my strategy. That's not true. That is not true. And you're hearing it from me, man. I ain't got no lobbyist buying me. This is just raw experience from someone who's been doing this and putting their all into it. And if you brush this video off and think, what is this guy talking about? He doesn't know what he's talking about. Good luck, bro. Good luck to you. Because sooner or later, you're going to find out what I'm saying is true. And you should have taken this shit seriously. So you could have already been mastering your psych. Right? Part 2. Journal. And not journaling your trades. Journal. Before you go to bed. Not only is it going to help you get good sleep, so you can wake up early if you're trading AM session, depending on where you live, obviously. But it's going to allow you to become a more calmer and thoughtful person, right? You're getting everything out of your brain on paper, and then you can reflect on it. I journal every night, and I reflect on it. At the end of every month, I go through my journal. I reflect on it. I see what progress I've made, where I fucked up, where I need to work on next month. And it's great, right? Because you can't keep all the data that you collect over a month of living in your brain, right? You're going to forget like 70% of it. But if you journal it, you can reflect on it, right? You could even start small. You could start journaling, just write about your day. How was your day? And as you keep journaling, you're going to want to write more. You're going to want to explain more things. And when you get into trading, like for real, right? Then you're going to start mixing what happened with your trades today. And I do recommend journaling your trades as well. I highly recommend it. But starting journaling yourself is an easier step to get into journaling so that eventually you can start journaling your trades, right? And do it on paper too. Online journaling, while it's still journaling and it's good that you're doing it, paper is so much more impactful, and you memorize and it kind of ingrains more in you when you're writing it on paper. I journal everything on paper. I just post my screenshots of my trades online, which you can do that. That's totally fine. And if you want to journal online, you can do that. That's all you. Third point, psychology. Where am I going with this? It's like the 4th time I've said this. So let's say you've mastered sitting alone with yourself. You've been journaling good. You're going to notice your trades are going to get way better, right? Put that out there. Y'all are going to have to follow my advice to figure that shit out. But I'm telling you, they're going to get way better, right? And the final aspect of your psychology that I highly recommend you work on is by backtesting, right? Now you have these things. You're clear. You're collected. Now we can do some trading psychology backtesting. Obviously, live testing's great, right? Live trading, paper, eval, live, like live. But backtesting, right? You can hit a month's worth of trades in the span of an hour, right? But don't be stupid, right? And spam trades just to spam trades. You want to treat it like you're trading live. You want to treat it exactly how you would treat the normal market, so it translates to live. That's the whole point of it, to get practice that you can translate to live, right? Whenever you're backtesting, journal every trade, why you think it lost, even if you don't know why you think it lost, right? Reflect, learn. After you finish your month, reflect on everything, all your losses, and if something is constantly popping up, you know to avoid that and to take the steps to fix that. Okay? Simple shit. I would go more in depth into this, but I don't want this to be too long of a video. I can make a part 2 if you guys are interested in it, but I wanted to leave y'all with that little sauce and the little background sauce. I got As I said in my last video, I got a little drawing tablet, so I've been fucking around with it for a little bit. But yeah, keep it real, everybody. I hope everyone had a great Sunday. I hope you guys are refreshed and ready to hit the market Monday morning. And I love and appreciate all of you. You boys have yourself a blessed night, a blessed week, and peace.